Thank you for coming back for a special Halloween episode of Replay Reviews. My name is Leah. Am I Italian?
My name is Kathy.
Okay. We are two friends who are here to replay, review, and analyze your favorite video games. And since Kathy has never seen the games before, it helps me view them through her fresh eyes. Almost like I'm discovering them again for the first time.
I hope I'll be a similar experience for you.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
It's Halloween, and it's Thursday. It lined up perfectly, and I'm a little too excited about it. But yeah, Until Dawn summary. Kathy, is there anything that you want to say before we start in on topic one?
I'm glad it's over, but it's I will say though that this was 100 times better than Outlast 2, Whistleblower. Like those are really horrific for me, especially dipping my toes into horror games plus gore. Like this was bad, but it wasn't as bad as Outlast, and I appreciate you putting this game after Outlast because now I have something to compare it to.
I know what you mean. I do kind of miss, though, Outlast has that, like, what the hell is going on, even after the game ends, where you have to still kind of figure out what's happening. I kind of miss that. I feel like we haven't had a game like that at all this season.
That is true. We've been having conclusions.
We'll have to find one next year where it's like,
Yeah.
We can theorize about it a little bit more, and it's not all just explained, which these games are fun, too, where they're explained. It's just, I miss the theories. Should we start in on topic one, though, which is watching the events of the past video?
Let's do it.
Okay, so let me explain to you what this is, because we ignored it during our other episodes. So when you find a totem, it unlocks a little snippet of this video, and once you find every totem, the video is complete, so you have a whole history of what's going on. So we're gonna watch that video because it might fill in some blanks for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Should we watch it? All right.
Many years ago, my grandfather hunted those possessed by the curse. But there was one that eluded him. The fiercest of all, the Macapichu. It was a terrible thing, and my grandfather could not defeat it. Sometime after, the prospectors came to mine this mountain, until a cave-in trapped the men and woke the curse again. And there were dozens of men with no food, no light. And in that blackness, the hunger came. They were consumed by their abominable cravings and driven mad. Murderers, cannibals, eating human flesh. And if you kill this monstrous thing, the spirit is released and swirls the mountain like an evil wind waiting to possess again. You best not kill them, I have tried. You can only trap them, taunt them with fire. And after all these years, after many moons and many hunts, the Macapichu still roamed free, out of my grasp, beyond my reach. Until one night, a year ago, I was finally able to get him in my sights. But we were not alone in the woods that night. While I was tracking the Macapichu, it was tracking something else. The Macapichu forced your friends over the mountain. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't save your friends, but I could avenge them. I hunted it when you go down, and I doused it with fire. The Macapichu was dead.
I just have a question.
Yeah, and that's fine. Immediate reactions.
One, the audio was like freaking me out because his voice just it's like weird goosebumps.
Yeah.
The second thing is those up close photos of the flesh, of the teeth.
I knew you were gonna comment on that.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. And the third thing is that the Macapichu is like a freaking spider. It's so different than what we've seen. So those really are my like 1, 2, 3 my points.
I thought you said Machu Picchu.
Well, that's how I'm hearing. How is it? It's
You didn't say Machu Picchu. I think you said Machu Picchu, which I
Yeah.
think is pretty much what it is. Machu Picchu. I think it just depends on
Machu Picchu. That's how I was hearing.
what
it.
accent you're supposed to use. But I heard, for some reason, I just heard my brain filled in Machu Picchu.
That's what I've been. So I've been hearing that. I probably may have said Machu Picchu because every time he was saying it, I was hearing it as Machu Picchu, and when he was saying it in my ear,
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Okay. So this addresses kind of what one of our burning questions was about, which is the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is he doing here? How long has he been here? Why? I don't know if this cleared things up for you at all.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a generational thing.
Yeah, it gave me answers and more questions because it's his family history, essentially. His dad, his grandfather, they were here long before the miners. It's a generational thing, but we still don't know like how it started, why they're there, what's their connection to it.
How did they know?
Yeah, that's my question. That would be a good prequel game, even though there already is a prequel game. That would be cool. I'd like to see that history of like how it actually, the start of the history, at least of this family.
That would be such a great game. Can you imagine if the Wall Rider was a descendant of the Machu Picchu?
We're not gonna let this go. We need to contact Supermassive and Red Barrels and be like, guys, look, here it is. It's a perfect crossover. It's gonna sell.
Right? We gotta write some fan fiction.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but my other thing was that I'm also confused because if it's a generational thing, how, like, what happens when he dies? Like, if he wants to keep his bloodline going, he needs to find a wife and get married. But obviously, there's no one on the forest or in the mountains. So I'm a bit confused how that works. And why couldn't they have told more people about it and make sure that the mining doesn't happen? And I understand, like, corporations are probably greedy, so they insisted on mining. But, like, if you knew that was the case, why didn't enough people speak out?
Well, that's why we need a prequel, though. We need these questions answered.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the end, though, when the Machu Picchu was pretty much lit on fire, he said that it's dead, but we know that they're not really dead. So you have the spirit, and I'm assuming the spirit can probably repossess people.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that it repossessed Hannah, and that's why she's so strong and powerful?
I think there's a strong possibility of it. It's definitely a thought that crossed my mind. But I think this is a great video. I like that it's a little more cinematic than anything else, like any of the other cutscenes in the game, you know, with the music in the background. I like it. It kind of hyped me up a little bit to kill some Wendigos, and that's why we just need the prequel.
Now I wonder what they actually did their prequel on, because this would have been such a great idea. And I love a lot of people probably appreciate the stranger's character in this game. And so to give some more background for him, I think it would have been such a great selling point. I recently learned that there is a remaking of the Until Dawn, right? I think like a remastering, and they wasted all their money because I feel like they should have took that money and paid some actual great creators to make this game.
Yeah, we've been ignoring that. The whole time we've been talking about this game. We started down this road long before that was announced. So we're just kind of ignoring it.
Oh, is that recent?
Yeah, it came out this month.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. I was on Reddit earlier researching. Are we good with topic 1?
I think so. Well, topic number 2 is burning questions. Should I, since we just talked about it, start in on my how many Wendigos?
I'm kind of mad that you didn't put this as a stat, because I totally thought this would be a stat kind of thing.
It's too hard.
It is hard.
They're hard. You'll see I tried really hard to distinguish the Wendigos. So you'll understand why that just couldn't happen. So hopefully this won't be as long as it looks like it is on my page. But so first of all, I have clues. So we have on the medical notes clue, it says on receipt of 12 patients at the sanatorium's medical facility, also we have the mine rescue photo, which also confirms 12. So there were 12 miners rescued from the mines. We have that for sure. Another clue is the 30 clocking in cards and the clocking in machine where the in number is erased and out is 36. There is some debate on if the 36 is just a mistake by the developers or not. So there were either a total of 30 or 36 in the mines. We don't know. So there's that little, outlier, potentially 6 extras. But I think it's more likely that if there were those 6 extra people, they probably are the ones that got eaten.
Mm-hmm.
When we start actually seeing the Wendigos in like part 4, I think, Emily's chased in the mines and out to the woods. I think she's chased by one single Wendigo. I don't think there's more than one chasing her. And I think it's the same one that kills the stranger and Chris when they went out to go find Josh. This Wendigo is Hannah. You can see in the part 4 gameplay at 18 minutes and at 19 minutes 13 seconds, there's a tattoo on it. And I think I saw it a couple times in the mine too, but it was a little too hard to tell. So I think Hannah was stalking Emily, and Emily led her to Chris and the stranger. So only one Wendigo in that situation, I'm pretty sure. Based on this and the minor info, we have 13 total Wendigo plus Josh at the end of the game, minus the 7 trapped Wendigos and the Wendigos that we killed in-game, which is also 7. It's possible that Josh is the only Wendigo left in the game that's not locked up, and that's not just a spirit. So most likely 1 Wendigo and 7 in captivity at the end of the game. But this is only from the events we know. There could be, other things that have nothing to do with the miners that we just don't know about.
So all these spirits, they're just floating around. Do they repossess people then? Or like
Only if they eat somebody.
So if there's more cannibalists than Wendigos, there is potential that some of these people who eat others don't become Wendigos then, right?
Well, that's the question. That's what we don't know about how this works, because we know it can't be like transmitted through a bite, and it's only if you eat somebody. But does the act of eating somebody create the spirit of the Wendigo, or is the spirit of the Wendigo just something that's always existed and there's a finite number?
I feel like we've saw more Wendigos than what we're calculating.
That's what I thought too, but that's why I started, even in the sanatorium part, as soon as I saw a Wendigo, I took notes on its appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 3 Wendigos chasing after Mike.
Yeah.
Even though we see, it feels like a lot more. The rest are tied up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's my final answer.
I feel like we need answers from the studio.
We do. Well, after that, would you like to launch into your question, which I don't know what it is?
Yeah, it's a very dumb question. So it's a very small thing. So remember that ex-janitor that we briefly saw in the beginning, but then we also learn about there being fake newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do too much of a deep dive just in case we ever get to it, but I think that in the prequel there's something talking about this janitor. I kind of like didn't read too much into it. But anyways, my question is like, who is this person? Is this person real? Is this person really someone we need to be worried about because he seems like he just escaped from jail? That kind of vibes. What is up with this guy?
Ignoring any potential prequel information, I think we're made to assume that it's just a Josh ploy to freak them out. I think we're made to assume that he ordered these newspapers, he left that scrap, and he made the wanted poster just to freak people out, and that was part of his background on like, oh, well, that's who the psycho is Victor Milgram.
Okay. I wonder if Victor Milgram is a real person.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We might find out.
Yeah. It's just that stuck with me throughout this entire game, and I don't have answers for it, and I don't like it.
I know what you mean. There's something that really stuck with me the first time we played this game. I don't remember what it was, but I think it was just like the restraining chair, because I was like, why is that a clue? someone gets restrained in it. That's what happens in a restraining
Mhm.
chair, so there's got to be more to it. And there really wasn't.
My original burning question was more geared towards about the analyst, but the more I think about it, all my answers end up being like it was related to Josh in some way and his
Mhm.
revenge scheme.
Well, then should we launch into topic 3 then? It's a perfect
Mhm.
segue. It's just what's going on
Yes.
with Josh is our third topic. Do you want to start in on that?
Yeah. I have to say that I was right. It's in part 1, didn't I say something about Josh's revenge
Yeah.
plan? And I was like, I'm pretty happy that I got it right. At the same time, I'm kind of concerned that like the fact that Josh and I was thinking on the we were on the same page and to know what happens afterwards leaves me a bit concerned about my mental health, but I'm not hallucinating people,
It's
so you don't have to worry about it.
oh, that's good to know. Well, are you though? Are you seeing me right now? Are you seeing the people that are actually there? Equally as important.
Yes.
No, but like when you say things like that, I don't know how to react because I feel like if I say nothing,
Mhm.
then you're like, "Oh, she doesn't want to say I'm right." So I just say things like, "Oh yeah, Sam kind of reacted."
Well,
Weird to that too. I try to be as unreadable as I can.
which you are at this point in the game, though. I just know that I'm blurting things out, knowing that I'm probably not going to get a reaction from you. And you do a really good job hiding your reactions, too. So at this point, I know that I'm just saying things and I don't expect you to answer me. We know that he has mental health issues, and it just was made worse with the death of his two sisters. And
Mhm.
so, on one hand, it's hard to fault him for wanting revenge because if something hurt my sister and like, oh, hell hath no fury, it took it too far, but it's hard to blame him because he doesn't know where that line is. And so I do feel bad for him. I came across this
Mhm.
one post on Reddit and I want to give the credit to this user Mean Midnight 2831
Was that
and
mean or bean?
Mean
Mean.
Mean Midnight
There's-
2831.
Consider changing your name to Bean Midnight because that's hilarious.
Anyway, which is sad. I'm laughing as I'm about to just say something really depressing about Josh. So this person just wrote that Josh's greatest fear is isolation, but no matter what happens in the way you play this game, he pretty much ends up being isolated. If he doesn't recognize Hannah in time, he dies, he's alone. If he recognizes her in time, he's still going to end up being alone in the mines and then become a Wendigo. Even if he were to make it out alive, though, he's probably going to get admitted into some kind of mental health institute. And so he's still going to be alone. So either way, he's going to be in isolation. And that is his biggest fear. So I feel bad. I understand him, but I feel bad
Yeah.
about what happens.
I like that. I went a totally different route
Okay.
because this is like one of the first games for like that
Mhm.
wasn't a Nintendo, right? That I played. You know, not just Mario Kart Double Dash or Mario Party 4. Those are the best ones. So I got like real into it. I got super into it. There's a video I saw and I don't like it.
Oh.
And they're not gonna see it. They're not gonna hear this. So I'm just gonna trash them. But they talk about they're basically like shitting on the game, right? Like they're talking crap about the game, and they think Josh's depression was misdiagnosed based on what we see in game that he experiences. They think he has like schizophrenia, I think, or multiple personality disorder. But I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. And the game does explain that Josh is just experiencing symptoms of withdrawal. And we know he's not taking his meds because it's referenced twice by Chris and by Dr. Hill via text message. And we know from his patient file that the withdrawal effects are nausea, insomnia, nightmares, agitation, hallucinations, paranoia, and aggressiveness. We see a lot of that in the game. I feel like this is confirmed when he says, "You can't tell me what to do anymore," as he's hallucinating his sisters. I think he's been hallucinating his sisters we know he has an abundance of guilt, and they're basically asking him to get revenge. and make up for him not being there to save them in whatever way he can. And his brain turns that into, hey, let's have this elaborate prank where I torture people and make things right. And so that's what I think is going on with Josh. I don't think Dr. Hill's a bad doctor.
It's hard for Dr. Hill to want to help someone when they don't want help. And you're not going to get anywhere if you restrain him. So I don't fault Dr. Hill for this. And I know Josh is probably absorbing this information that it's him against the world right now because of his hallucinations. So I can just see him ignoring Dr. Hill.
This conversation reminded me, obviously, it's been a year for both of us. We both have had lots of just horrible things happen this year. And I got a text message from my health insurance, and it was like, are you feeling stressed? Need someone to talk to? And I was like, yeah, I'm feeling stressed. No, I don't want someone to talk to. I want someone to come over here, clean my entire apartment, cook all my food that's about to go bad. Who sends that message? That's like, you're not really offering help. Not really.
It's more of I see those kind of messages as like, oh, you're struggling? Well, get your life together. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to judge you.
Yeah, I'm like, talking to you isn't going to do shit. No, get over here. Send someone over here. The audacity.
And the thing is, if I need someone to rant to, I have you.
I know, exactly. Okay, are we ready for everyone's favorite topic?
Yes. KFC. Kathy's favorite character, but also Kentucky Fried Chicken. Where's Leah's remote?
Yeah.
Controller. Console. Whatever you call those things.
You got there. Look, KFC. I wanna start out by saying something nice. I ordered some DoorDash because it was like 9 o'clock at night. I was hungry. You guys were open. It arrived very nice. It was very professional. So props to you. Where is it though? I'm waiting. I needed somewhere to put my chicken that I ordered, and I did not have a chicken warming console.
We're just gonna have to keep threatening with breaking your kneecaps.
So you know what's funny though is we haven't contacted them at all. Like,
yeah,
we just keep pretending like we are. In the off season, we're just gonna have to like take snippets of these and like once a week, once a month, tag them.
Yeah.
They don't deserve any of this heat right now because we literally have not contacted them a single time.
The most, and this is really a stretch, is I have a single, I think it's a KFC tag on our Instagram post.
And the way you keep bringing Tanya Harding back into the mix too.
Yeah.
With the kneecap.
At least I'm not putting a tag on her name.
It's true. We'll try to actually contact them.
At some point. Okay, anyways, KFC. So, stale biscuit. I have 4 for you to choose from.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty obvious. There's only so many characters. There's Chris, there's Jess, there's Emily, and there's Ashley.
I feel like you hated Ashley too much for her to be stale. I'm going to say Chris because I think you hate the other ones too much.
I will give you half a point because I did say that it's his personality that is a stale biscuit, but he also was one of the few characters that did a lot, so it's really hard to say he's a stale biscuit. It actually was Ashley. I don't think she was elevated to the level of trash level like Madison.
No.
And so I'm gonna put her as a stale biscuit.
I see that. They didn't give that character a whole lot of depth. It's funny because she was around for a lot of it, but she didn't have the same level of depth as like Chris did.
Well, the second one is KFC.
Am I guessing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I obviously want to say Wolfie, but I feel like your answer is going to be the stranger.
No, it's Wolfie.
Ah, damn it.
Wolfie, he has the best instincts. He knows how to escape from danger. He's the only... I'm assuming Wolfie's a boy, okay? He's the only one who uses common sense in this game. Wolfie is MVP.
Wolfie he's cool. And he found a way to get Mike to do all the work and get the hell out of there. And yeah.
And he survived there so much his friend died. and
I
he
know.
still survived. And then post-game Kentucky Scorcher.
You know, I haven't looked at your responses
Okay.
yet. I feel like this could be one where your answers are the same. We could make history here tonight.
I will say that I thought so too,
Kathy.
but as I was showering, I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you who you should say is Mike. Kathy.
I didn't. I chose Matt. I know.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like yeah, my normal answer would be Mike, but he's just too much of a jock for me. Like he's too jock like.
Yeah, it's the second half of the game. Because Matt's he's so barely in the game that I thought,
Yeah.
the whole personality aspect, Mike would redeem himself.
I don't know. I feel like I'm purposely antagonizing you by saying Matt.
No,
instead
I
of
get
Mike.
it. That's a good choice. To be honest, I kind of forgot about him. I was just so scared that you were gonna pick the stranger
Oh no.
or something stupid because I was like, there's really not that many
Yeah.
bad options, which maybe makes it harder.
Yeah. I would put Mike second place. It's just he's too much of a jock for me.
See the personality coming into it.
Oh gosh. Which is proving our point right. Okay,
know.
so who did I choose?
Okay, let me pull this up.
I know I didn't pick the stranger. I don't think I would.
The stranger was not an option that I listed
Okay.
for you. There's no danger of the strangers. No stranger danger. That was embarrassing. Cut that. Okay. So for Until Dawn, I provided you Matt, Josh, Chris, Dr. Hill, and Mike.
Oh, what?
Just threw
Of
Dr.
course,
Hill in there.
Dr. Hill.
So
Oh god.
it's a Marcus situation again. You said number 2 is Josh. You said, why does number 2 look like Rami Malek?
I think I'm finally understanding that video games are based off of actors and they use their pictures. I mean, we were watching Yakuza and I don't know who the actors were and stuff, so it never occurred to me that video games need actors to put their faces to it. So
And then you said, and is number 4, that's AJ Hill, Dr. Hill, is number 4 straight from Mafia? In parentheses, he could be the cousin of my mother guy. What's on the menu today? My mother. And then you said, anyways, it's a tie between number 3 and number 5, which is Chris and Mike.
Wait, Matt wasn't on here?
He was. You completely ignored him. You didn't do any comments about Matt at
What?
all.
They must have got erased or something. What?
Okay. No, let me continue though. So everything I've read is all that you've written so far. Literally zero mention of number 1 at this point. Let's choose number 3, since we haven't had many game characters with glasses. But you're not done yet. Obviously that's Chris, and you picked him simply for having glasses. But then you continue to say, imagine him getting punched and his glasses flies off. ... I don't get the joke.
I don't either. I don't know. I was probably like high on sugar or something.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god, Kathy.
You finish out this comment by saying, but it goes 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. So you ranked them. Chris, Mike, Matt, Josh, and Dr. Hill.
Okay, so Matt's in the middle.
You left this comment 5:44 p.m., June 14th. You put another comment in here. 8:47 p.m., July 8th. You said, it's been a month and I need to change my blind Kentucky Scorcher choice. I want to choose number 5, but you won't let me change it. Boo. So I'm leaving a note here. But we knew it was either 3 or 5. The new order is 5, 3, 2, 1, 4.
Who's 2?
2 is Josh. You put Matt second to last. And then you said, must have something to do with the ovarian cycle, lunar effect, and all that.
What? I'm confused. I am confused on what I was thinking. But I mean, I feel bad for choosing someone solely based on if he's a glasses wearer or not.
You like beanies and you like glasses.
Oh, wait. Who was your KS?
If it's just solely on looks, Mike,
Okay. Not too jockey for you?
not in the looks department. I don't think he looks jockey.
I feel like it's because I'm imagining him and his like wife beater.
Okay, sorry, I have to interrupt you real quick just to call you a hypocrite because you don't like Mike for being too jockey, yet Matt is literally wearing a Letterman jacket.
I don't know what to tell you. I guess if I'm comparing wife beater to Leatherman jacket though.
See, I thought you meant jockey as in personality, but now I'm confused.
Well, I feel like I'm confusing myself too.
Okay. Topic 5 then.
Yes.
Okay, so there were 3 stats this time.
I'm annoyed that QT is one of them because I was totally gonna
Yeah.
be like, okay, I got one down.
I didn't even keep it a secret, but you still have to guess.
I'm confident in you, so I'm gonna say 92.
No.
What?
97.7.
Nice. I
I will say there is a pattern to them in this game. It's like the same rotation.
Okay.
So it gets pretty easy.
Last game I was confident in you and you scored worse, so I was like, I'll keep it at 92 because I think that's what I said last time.
And I blamed the controller.
Stat number 2. I think it has to do with animals, so it's either like how many elks there were, but I don't know if you would count all of them again. Maybe how many pigs were slaughtered, because we did kind of mention that.
No.
Oh, what?
I'll give you one more guess for this one, and then you get 2 guesses for the third stat, too.
Okay. Can I get a hint? Does it have to do with animals?
No. It's kind of like a horror trope, maybe.
It has to be like how many dead things or something. How many spider webs? I mean, I don't know. How many like screams like in the background noise?
No, but you're getting closer. It was times that a character trips and falls.
Oh.
And I'll give you a hint. The results were shocking to me.
Okay, so I know Jess falls once. I think Emily does again. I'd say 2.
There were 2.
I was right.
One in the prologue and Jess.
Okay.
I thought there was going to be way more. So
Yeah.
only 2.
Originally, I was going to say something about how many Wendigos were released by fire, but no, I'm going to give me a hint.
I don't know how to hint without giving it away. Let me think.
I guess it's a percentage or time.
It's times.
Okay. I'm going to guess number 1 is going to be how many times someone got like surprised or like they flinch.
Not quite.
Or
It's
how many-
close.
How many jump scares were there? That's
Oh,
kinda-
you're so close.
Oh.
It's Kathy jumps.
Oh. You're counting those?
Yeah.
Oh my
How
God.
many times did you jump? Now, bear in mind, we were having technical issues the first part of gameplay, so I couldn't see you. So this was only across 3 sections of gameplay.
Part 2, I jumped at least like 6 times in that one. I think I was okay, better in the rest. Probably if I give it myself 2-ish. I see about 10 to 12. I feel like that's pretty high though. But at the same time, it's me. I'll go with 10.
15.
15?
You jumped 15 times.
Oh my God, really?
In 3 parts of gameplay, yeah.
Oh, I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah. Hey, you're getting better though.
Oh my gosh, if this was Outlast, it would have been like 50 and upwards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend like the post-game Kentucky Scorcher and this Kathy's jump scare, these stats, I'm gonna pretend like they don't exist.
I mean, at least you didn't pick an though. Is that mean to say? At least you didn't, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're the ones who's putting them up on as an option.
There weren't very many options this time.
I mean, at least you didn't. I learned that if zombie was one of your fear, Dr. Hill starts like deteriorating throughout the game. And so you could have picked post-zombie Dr. Hill.
Would that have done it for you?
No.
Well, should we end it on that note then?
Yeah. Let's end it. Okay. Audacity on 1, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to send in any questions, comments, or game suggestions. You can find all our contact info on our website, replayreviewspod.com, or contact us directly through our site.
Did we completely miss something? Are we way off the mark? Or you just want us to take a deeper look at anything from the game? We'll tackle any topics you all want to hear in our season wrap-up episode.
We also have a Reddit where we discuss anything we're curious about. Go take a look and let us know what you're thinking. Our theme music is Condemned by Eggy Toast. They'll play you out, and we'll be back next week.